Tonight on NAIT NewsWatch.
With the federal election ahead, we look at why students are the lowest voter turnout.
I've definitely paying a lot more attention recently than I had been before.
NAIT's new Advanced Skills Center has been confirmed in Alberta's 2025 budget.
I am pleased to announce that the investment is on track and will ramp up significantly this year.
Plus, a global movement against Tesla arrives in our city.
It makes people feel good to be able to get out and show their solidarity with those Americans.
NewsWatch starts now.
Good evening and welcome to NAIT NewsWatch. First tonight, the call for a federal election has parties organizing their campaigns, and one demographic has historically been absent at the polls.
Absolutely. Our Ryan Weisner is live in the hallways of NAIT exploring why Canada's youngest voters are abstaining.
So it's 2021 and you ask 100 college students if they had gone out and voted. 40 to 50 would say yes, which is slightly lower than what it was in 2015. Where that's closer to 60 would say yes. This election is important for college students because it can shape their future, from tuition costs, job prospects, and climate change initiatives.
I've definitely paying a lot more attention recently than I had been before.
The decision to get out and vote is a new concept for many students, many of which are expected to not vote at all. Voter turnout for ages 18 to 24 are the lowest turnout compared to all other age groups in Canada. While most federal elections focus on issues like taxation, immigration, and affordability, this upcoming election on April 28th has even more significance. With the threats coming from our neighbors down south, students have even more to think about.
I think the tariffs are a big deal, and I think we need somebody to discuss that with both sides.
I think it's just a tactic to try and get us to secure our border more, but as soon as there's a change, I think he'll kind of lighten up on it.
This will be Emma's second time voting, and she has some words of wisdom for fellow students.
Really look into your candidates and look into the policies, and they might be saying one thing, look how they're voting in the House of Commons. It's all public record, and really dig into the people that you're giving power to.
The responsibility shouldn't only lie in the hands of students. One expert says that politicians should adjust their platforms to meet young people where they are on social media platforms.
So politicians, again, talking about that generation gap, they don't necessarily know the best way to reach the youth, right? You don't necessarily see a 65-year-old politician on TikTok, right?
McClinton went on to say that the reason that officials and youth might not be connecting is because they're not using the same media. You'll have officials on the 6 o'clock news, but they might be missing those YouTube shorts. In speaking with students around here, I found that majority of them were aware of the tariffs, and that's likely because President Trump is on almost all social media right now. So it's a combination of officials tapping into social media as well as youth educating themselves and getting that information.
Ryan, this information you're talking about, where can young voters go to familiarize themselves with the election?
Yeah, so you can search online for a tool called Vote Compass, or as McClinton recommends, pick your top 3 issues that resonate with you. Go online and search these platforms, see which one aligns with you. You can also email the campaign offices. From McClinton's experience, they are eager to talk to voters.
Ryan, are there any resources here at NAIT for students to tap into before this election starts?
Yes, I did speak with NAIT's representative, and they are working with Elections Canada to have an advanced polling station here on campus. And that will be for students, staff, and even the community members. So those details are coming up soon.
Thanks, Ryan. That's a Ryan Weisner live in the hallways of NAIT.
You're watching NAIT NewsWatch, the next generation of news.
NAIT's newest project is officially underway.
The investment portion through Budget 2025 is $20 million.
The Advanced Skills Center will be a 640,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility located on the north side of NAIT's main campus. As around 700,000 trades workers are expected to retire by the end of 2030, this new center will create around 4,200 new apprenticeship programs and bring in more than 13,000 new students yearly to meet provincial needs.
The Advanced Skills Center here at NAIT represents Alberta's largest investment in skilled trades and technology-based infrastructure in more than a decade. And by no means is it the only one to address the demand in the skilled trades.
The project is now into year 2 of 3 of its funding and is in the planning and design stage. There is currently no confirmed date as to when construction will begin.
The Tesla takedown protest made its way to Edmonton last Saturday. The group is a part of a growing global movement against Tesla and CEO Elon Musk, criticizing his role advising U.S. President Donald Trump. The rally started with people holding signs outside the Tesla dealership, showing their frustration with Elon Musk's controversial actions. The group expressed concerns about how his involvement in politics is affecting public policy and democracy. By joining the Tesla takedown movement, they hope to raise awareness and make their voices heard in Edmonton.
It just makes people feel good to be able to get out and show their solidarity with those Americans, and also against a person that is basically doing some kind of fascist actions, very anti-social.
Vandalism at Tesla dealership has already happened across Canada, from spray painting in Montreal to damaged cars in Ontario and burnt tires in Calgary. Some Tesla owners feel targeted and worried about selling their cars, as Elon Musk's involvement in U.S. politics hurts the car's reputation and value.
Edmonton Transit is looking to speed up your daily commute this year. ETS has announced they are adding 20 new buses to our city's network. These additions will add 50,000 yearly service hours, or about 1,000 weekly hours. The on-demand zones in Keswick and Glenridding Ravine will be changing to conventional bus stops to meet the growing demand. The city is looking to address riders' biggest complaints, such as long wait times, scheduling issues, and security concerns.
Safety and security is one of those core levers of ridership. So just like frequent service, reliable service, you also want it to be safe, and we want it to be accessible for people. There's been a ton of investment in safety and security, and that's continuing.
The city is also increasing the frequency of Route 747, which goes from Century Park to the Edmonton International Airport, hoping to address the route's overcrowding issue and improve rider experience.
The Dish Zero program, a student initiative that offers reusable takeout coffee containers for free to reduce single-use waste, is now expanding to Alberta Avenue. The Dish Zero project began at the University of Alberta in 2020 to cut down one single-use waste from campus takeout by offering a shareable system as convenient as using disposable containers. After seeing its success, a NAIT student decided to bring the idea to Alberta Avenue and the NAIT campus.
When I went to Denmark this summer, I saw a very similar thing happening throughout the entire community. And I thought, that is so cool. How do we get that to happen here in Edmonton? And we stumbled across Dish Zero in our research. They were super excited to launch that program off of the U of A campus and bring it to a cafe.
The Dish Zero project will be launched at NAIT next fall. In the meantime, people can visit participating spots like La Morerita Coffee Shop, scan a QR code, and pick up their coffee in a reusable container for free. They can return it within 48 hours, helping to reduce waste in the community.
For our last question of the week, we asked you, do you have any rituals or superstitions you adhere to?
And after looking through the responses, we decided on a winning answer. Thank you everyone for your participation. To claim your prize, please message at the NAIT Nugget on Instagram.
Hey Giuliani, did you know that there's less than 4 weeks until the election?
Oh, that's not very much time at all. I have started to see campaign signs all over my neighborhood.
For this edition's question of the week, we want to know more about what matters to you. What's the most important issue you're concerned about with the federal election planned for next month? Comment your answer on the NAIT Nuggets Instagram page for a chance to win. Coming up after the break, we take a dive into Chinese-Canadian history for a new art exhibit.
That's right. And our Katie Wallace gets messy with a new attraction that will leave you splattered with excitement. And maybe a little pain too.
Coming up next on entertainment is a new exhibit capturing the Chinese-Canadian experience. Then, to the Edmonton Valley Zoo, where we take a peek of the new Arctic enclosure for wolves, where we bring tundra environment to life.
Everyone is hoping for spring showers here in Edmonton, but we might not be so lucky with colder temperatures on the way. All that and more next on your weather forecast. This is NAIT NewsWatch.
Welcome back. The snow has really taken the city by surprise this week. I can't wait until things warm up again.
I know. It feels as if we cannot escape the cold. Here's to hoping this will be the last snowfall of the season, although I doubt it. Let's see what Evelina Zanari has to say on the forecast for this weekend.
Thanks, guys. An April Fool's Day approaches. Edmontonians have received an unbelievable surprise they wish was only a joke. The roads have been chaotic the past few days as people try to commute in icy and dangerous conditions. It's still a blizzard out there, so hopefully you are staying safe on the roads. The springtime sunshine cannot come soon enough, in my opinion. I would much rather be tanning on my patio right now than shoveling snow off of the front walk. Let's take a look at your weekend forecast, which, fingers crossed, entails no snow. First, we're going to take a look at Calgary, and as you can see, it's partly cloudy with a chance of precipitation at 30%. The Calgary Flames are actually here in Edmonton tomorrow night playing the Oilers at Rogers Place, which should be a good game if you want to stay warm and catch a good old hockey game. We have a low of -5 and a high of -2. Moving on to Jasper, I've heard the slopes are supposed to be amazing this weekend. If you're a fan of skiing or snowboarding, I recommend you take a road trip and go enjoy that. 0% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy with a high of 2 degrees and a low of -6. Next, we go to Fort McMurray with a 0% chance of precipitation, also partly cloudy, a lot of clouds in the province this weekend, and we have a high of -5 and a low of a whopping -17. I don't envy anyone in Fort McMurray right now. And now to the capital city, partly cloudy once again. We have a high of -3 and a low of -7. Now for our averages on this day, we have a high of 5 degrees and a low of -4, kind of in that medium range. We're sticking next to those benchmarks for this weekend. And as for our records, we have a high of 17 degrees in 1966 and a low of -20 in 1932. So as you can see, it's not too chilly this weekend, but the snow drifts could put a damper on your outdoor plans. My advice is to stay warm and enjoy the winter coziness while it lasts. This is Evelina Zanari for NAIT NewsWatch. Stay safe, Edmonton.
NewsWatch Weather is brought to you by NR92, the station for the students.
Welcome back. For all you animal fans out there, I have a bit of a fun fact for you all. Did you guys know that wolves can adapt to almost any environment, whether it's icy tundras or even dense forests?
That's so interesting. How can they adapt so easily? But first, let's go down the memory lane of an art exhibit honoring the legacy of Chinese immigrants. Our Jasmine Saksak has more.
Thanks, guys. If you're someone who's into art just like me, the Art Gallery of St. Albert is hosting a new exhibit featuring the artwork of Edith Chu called Sweet and Sour Memories.
Edmonton is spoiled for having an incredible selection of artists who live and work here.
The Sweet and Sour Memories exhibit comes down to Edith Chu's experience growing up in her family's restaurant and living as a first-generation Canadian. Edith combines watercolor painting, family photographs, and sculptural elements like the takeout boxes.
This one's been really interesting because there's so many different materials that Edith's using. We get people who come in because they love watercolor and they're really fascinated by it, or they have memories of going to these different restaurants, but everybody's finding something to connect with.
While Edith's artwork is a mix of storytelling and nostalgia, a standout feature of the exhibit is the 9 takeout boxes, each with something meaningful written on them. The exhibit is available for viewing at the Art Gallery of St. Albert until May 1st. The Edmonton Valley Zoo has officially opened the R-Mallet Arctic Wolf Habitat last Thursday. It's a stunning 5,000 square meter sanctuary that replicates the Arctic tundra environment. While this new exhibit is quickly becoming one of Edmonton's must-see attractions, this revitalization project aims to create an enriching habitat for tundra who has been at the zoo for 13 years, and his new packmates Espen and Anuri, who arrived in 2024.
Later on this fall, once we are able to establish our pack, we're planning on doing special zoo builders where you would be able to come and see behind the scenes and a sneak peek of the lives of the wolves and how the staff work.
The zoo utilizes modern practices including glass viewing, spacious enclosures, large indoor areas, and multiple dens, creating a comfortable environment for the wolves. As Wayne mentioned, the space is also designed to effectively accommodate larger populations if necessary. Well, I must say there's so many things going on in Edmonton. Do you guys have any upcoming plans for this spring?
The wolves are so cute, so I might catch them at the zoo.
Honestly, that exhibit looked really cool, but with all this snow and the bad weather, I'm probably just going to stay in this weekend. Thanks, Jasmine.
Austin, do you like to paint?
It's been a while, but I do. What do you ask?
Well, there's a newer experience at West Edmonton Mall that is bringing creativity and chaos together in the best way possible. Our Katie Wallace has more on Splatterverse, where paint meets play.
Hey guys, it's Katie Wallace with NAIT NewsWatch, and I'm in West Edmonton Mall inside Drive. Although there's a little hidden room inside Drive called Splatterverse. I'm here with my classmate Logan, and we're gonna go paint up the night with glow-in-the-dark paint and not just a canvas. Let's go take a look.
Walking past the racetrack, we found the glowing room we were gonna spend the next hour in. Although we had to get dressed up first. I put on my beautiful blue little boots, and Logan taught himself a bow tie. Next thing you know, we were ready to go. Our instructor then got us prepared into what we were getting ourselves into, showing us all the different colors of paint we had access to. With all our excitement, we got our supplies and headed on into the room. With a blank canvas, 10 water balloons filled with paint, and a glow gun, we were ready to start painting. While I grabbed a brush, Logan decided to go all hands in. And then the real excitement started happening, although Logan had a different idea of what that meant. So I decided to take it up a notch.
Shh, don't tell Logan.
Don't tell me what.
Although Logan got his revenge.
It didn't.
Sorta. So he tried again on the canvas. Although all of a sudden, I started to get really cold.
We have a breach. There's been a breach.
Splatterverse is fun for everybody. It's a great date night. It's a great family event. It really appeals to all ages. It's for the creatives and for people that want to just, have some fun too.
And just like that, we are covered. Are you proud? Are you proud, Logan?
I think I did awesome. Check that out. It's like the Mona Lisa. It's amazing.
No. Did you have fun, Logan?
Yeah, I had lots of fun.
Yeah. I think I'm going to be covered in paint for the next, I don't know, month. Yeah. You should come out and try this.
Well, that actually looks like a really good time, and not gonna lie, a little less painful than paintball.
I think I'm going to go check out those wolves, less messy.
Honestly, more than fair. Be sure to join us next week as we celebrate our wonderful city with a special YAG show.
Stay warm until then. Goodbye.